Help support our coverage through Amazon Prime. Get free music with Prime Music, TV, movies, and documentaries with Prime Video, and free games with Prime Gaming. For this and a whole lot more, go to PLUGHITZlive.com/prime.
There he is. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Doing great. Is this Stephen?
Hey, yeah, this is Stephen Lim.
Pleasure. Tell us a little bit about Fixbid, what it is, and what inspired your product over here.
Yeah, no, happy to. Thanks for having me on here this
Absolutely.
afternoon. Yeah, so just to give you just a high level of what Fixbid is, we are a mobile-based application that's essentially servicing customers like you and me and connecting us with qualified and reliable contractors for your home service needs. And really the genesis of this app was our two co-founders just thought today that, hey, there's just so much ambiguity around finding the right contractor, finding reliable contractors. And really, there really hasn't been a product out there today which is easy for both customer as well as the contractors to find one another and just to really, get started on that home project.
As a contractor myself, I do a lot of install work, or did a lot of install work a while back in the audiovisual realm. And yeah, it is hard to find a contractor that you can trust with your project. That is certified, that is insured, bonded, all that kind of stuff. Let's go into a little bit of your system, your vetting, I don't want you to get too proprietary or anything like that. I don't want let me take some good notes so I can compete properly. But, how do you guys go about narrowing this field? Because we had somebody on yesterday who was kind of a Robin Hood in reverse, where instead of you going blind into a field that you may know nothing about, which would very much be in the contracting field as well, where you may not know, like, hey, if I knew the right AC contractor to call, I'd just call the right AC contractor.
Yep.
There would be no question. I wouldn't even have to hit the phone book. I know who I'm calling. So how do you guys go through a vetting process like that with your, I guess, with the people that you're connecting people with the end vendor?
Right. No, and absolutely. And just for all, just to make sure we're all on the same page, our hyper focus is on the customer. And so just like you had mentioned, right? I mean, when we just think about what a customer would want to see, obviously we want to make sure that, us as the company that they're interfacing with, that the contractors we're providing them have really just gone through the right vetting processes, that, they're top of the line, that people aren't necessarily just talking with, just people who they don't know and can't trust on the other end. And so our approach actually to solve this problem has really just been partnering with just the right rating agencies. And we've actually come to find that there are a number of local rating agencies that work with local vendors just to really understand their business, to understand that their customers, and who do very thorough who do a really thorough job of understanding who their portfolio of contractors are. And so specifically for us, I just want to give a quick shout out to one of our top partners today. They're called the American Rating Corporation, and they give out these Diamond Certified certificates to their specific vendors. And so we really found that the partnerships that we've been able to build sort of as we're starting up this platform has just been just an integral part of helping us become successful.
Oh, sure. I mean, absolutely. Gearing into things such as that, Better Business Bureau locally, that kind of things are only going to give you the top level people in those localized areas. So like you said, the fact that you are focusing on the end product being the customer and what they're looking for in a contractor, that's really fantastic. Now, what is some of the technology that y'all have leveraged to start making this happen?
Yeah, I mean that's a great question, right? And like we mentioned before, we're a mobile-based app, and what we also kind of came to find is when we looked at the landscape today, some of the key competitors out there, which I'm sure are names that we've all heard, right? You have the TaskRabbits of the world, you've got the Home Advisors of the world, and while their scale and the reach is great, these are just really like lead generation companies. And so, we talk about the focus being on the contractor, sorry, on the customer, but at times too, we also want to make sure that we're providing a great service for contractors. And I know for folks who have services that they are willing and ready to provide, it can be a very expensive process to try to find the right project and the right customer for the services they're able to provide. And so what Fixbid actually has done is in the pool of these contractors who have been vetted by our partner rating agencies, the process and the actual the workflow goes where once a project is uploaded into our mobile application, it's a bid. And it's an undisclosed bid where really you as a customer will receive all the different estimates that you get from these contractors. And the great thing about this is there's no fees to the contractor until the actual project is accepted by the customer at the end.
Wow, that's actively cool. And to know that you've set the system that way. Now I have a couple of questions. One would be just out of the blue, I would have to know, of course, there's no way for somebody to go on and pay for more space, pay for more advertising space to list themselves up higher in the rankings, right? There's no way to game that system.
Exactly. Right now, that's not a feature that we have, and so really, it's anyone's game. And I think the contractors that you're going to find have success are the ones who are proactive, who are detailed with their responses and their estimates and their quotes back to the customers. And so we really do want to create a level playing field. And by no means is this necessarily just a solution for the customers, but what we really would like to see is to also help contractors have a fair shot at projects that perhaps they maybe wouldn't have otherwise had, just due to the upfront cost from a marketing perspective.
Sure. And I guess two more questions that I would have. One would be, is there like a price gauge that the customer can set? Like, I'm looking for somebody in this price range, like, hey, somebody could come put in a fence, or somebody could come put in a fence. You know what I mean?
Yep, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and that's honestly a part of the customer journey that we're still investigating as we listen to the feedback from our customers, because, to your point, no one contractor is the same, right? And so to that end, what really is going to happen is we're starting to see kind of this marketplace develop where contractors are beginning to say, hey, normally for this service, I've quoted this amount in the past, but for all these projects that are not coming up, I'm not getting these bids. And so, what it kind of does is it sets this market for certain services. And to your point, we haven't necessarily put in some type of price range for these projects, but but again, that'll definitely be a feature that we look further into, for the future iterations of the app.
Yeah, and I mean, this is fantastic, especially for people like me that like even if you started focusing it out in branching out into other brands, other markets, like, I mean, there's a whole world of use for that in the world of AV technicians, AV contractors. It's an absolutely fantastic platform and concept.
And I don't mean to interrupt, apologies, but I mean, you hit the nail on that. You hit the nail on the head, right? Because I think we're coming to find more and more, we're living in a world where, people want to leverage their flexibility. They want to be the ones managing their own schedules. And, if we don't have technologies today that can really empower, again, not just the customer, but the contractor, the contractor itself, who really wants to go and find the work, I think we're just really excited, and in many ways, this is just the tip of the iceberg for us. So.
Yeah, I guess one question that I would have on behalf of a contractor would be, is it like a vetted bid system on that end? Coming from the customer, like this is someone who's actively interested in getting something done, or they're just a looky-loo. And is it the case that it's a blind bid system where we cannot see what the competition is bidding?
Yeah, so it's the latter to that point. And again, I think as we continue to hear that feedback, I mean, again, what we want to do is just to encourage fair pricing, right?
Yeah.
Because as much as we want to incentivize the contractors to be active, we also have to think about the customer to make sure that they're getting the best price, for the actual project that they want. And so, we continue to see multiple iterations. And what's great about sort of the app today, if you get a chance to download it, is there's such a wide variety of services that we provide, from plumbing to roofing to kitchen remodeling. And so
Awesome.
we're just really excited. And again, we're trying to cast that wide net up front just to get a sense of, what are the recurring projects that we're seeing. But what's really great is to the point that I made earlier. We're able to kind of kill two birds with one stone by servicing both the customer and the contractor through this app.
Wow, this is really fantastic, really forward thinking in the realm of freelance contracting, that kind of stuff. Tell everybody where they can go to find out more information about Fixbid, where they can go to download the app. Is it already on all markets? Is it only on Apple? Give us all shameless self-promotion time before we let you go.
Yeah, well again, I would just encourage folks to go to gofixbid.com, where they can just find more information out about our service. And actually, the service is currently up and running just for the Bay Area locales only today, but they are up on the Apple Play Store as well as the Android store as well. So just go ahead and look up Fixbid, and you should be able to see that app there.
Fantastic. Stephen, thank you so much for the time today. Enjoy the rest of your digital CES.
Likewise. Thanks so much for having me.
I hope you enjoyed that interview, and if you did, make sure you check out some of the more than 100 interviews we conducted during the virtual CES 2021 coverage. And of course, subscribe here on YouTube, hit the notification bell to learn when we post new content and when we go live.